Welcome to the FastRead podcast. Today is Thursday, March 19th. Here are your top ALPA and industry headlines. As FedEx prepares to report third quarter earnings of fiscal year 2026, after the market closes today, the pilots who operate the company's global air network are urging investors to look beyond the headline results and assess the condition of the operation behind them. Quote, "Earnings can show progress. The more important question is whether the operation behind those numbers is built to perform consistently over time. That comes down to stability, margin, and how the workforce is supported," said Captain Jose Nieves, chair of the FedEx ALPA Master Executive Council. We've linked the full release in the show notes. On Wednesday, the Department of Transportation and the Federal Aviation Administration announced new measures to suspend the use of visual separation rules by planes and helicopters within the nation's busiest airspace near airports. ALPA President Captain Jason Ambrosi responded by saying, quote, "ALPA commends the DOT and FAA for suspending the use of visual separation between airplanes and helicopters near busy airports. This is a meaningful step forward, and it reflects the urgency that the aviation community has felt since last year's tragedy at Washington National Airport." ALPA's president added that, quote, "Congress must go a step further and substantially reduce risk by ensuring, by statute, that ADS-B out-transmission loopholes are closed and are not subject to broad, subjective military discretion or waivers." You can read Captain Ambrosi's full statement through the link in our show notes. Last week, the Spirit Airlines MEC elected officers for a 2-year term that began this week and will end in March 2028. Quote, "Serving the Spirit Pilot Group as MEC chair is an honor I do not take lightly. With more than 500 furloughed colleagues beginning the journey back to the line, we are taking an important step towards restoring the strength of our seniority list," said Captain Ryan Muller, who was unanimously re-elected for a third consecutive term as MEC chair. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is undergoing significant construction projects, including a $608 million terminal lobby expansion and a new fourth parallel runway. The airport will renumber its existing runways, rename taxiways, and install new markings and signs when each construction phase is completed. The ALPA Air Safety Organization has issued an operations bulletin with background information and recommendations for flight crews. That bulletin is linked in the show notes. Right now, Congress is considering legislation to improve aviation safety after PSA Flight 5342. Unfortunately, the House's ALERT Act falls short in critical areas. We're keeping the pressure on lawmakers to amend the ALERT Act to include uniform, integrated ADS-B in and nationwide helicopter traffic reforms. And you can help through this call to action. Contact your member of Congress today. Learn more in the show notes. While flying the line this week, ALPA President Captain Jason Ambrosi took a moment to reiterate his support for TSA agents who are showing up every day to keep our skies secure while balancing the weight of working without a paycheck.
"I'm seeing their dedication firsthand. They keep showing up. If you're traveling, please remember to thank them. Congress, these workers have done their job. Now do yours."
That's all for this edition of the FastRead podcast. Until next week, stay safe and have a nice flight.
This podcast is brought to you by the Airline Pilots Association. ALPA supports its pilots through a variety of resources, including free access to air medical doctors for eligible members. The Aviation Medical Advisory Service can answer your aviation-related medical questions free of charge, helping you stay certified and on the flight deck. Visit alpa.org/resources for more information and where to call.